Hello, hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Testimony Thursday. My name is Ronette Turner Corley, and I'm so excited to be here to be able to bring another If You Can Write, You Can Win episode 4. And I want you to get excited because I have an amazing person who's going to be sharing her story on how she's been able to write and make a difference in her life and also making a difference in others. So, I want to welcome everyone that's chiming in on Facebook Live because we're here on Facebook Live, and also those who are chiming in on YouTube. We are also streaming on our YouTube page, United Minds International. Now, as you can see, there's an income disclaimer here. We're going to talk about money. Please note that these results mentioned are not guaranteed and will vary from person to person. Okay. And the reason why they're not guaranteed because we don't know exactly what you're going to do. Your individual success is dependent on your own efforts, consistency, and commitment. But I'll tell you this, if you follow simple instructions and you follow what the platform teaches, it's pretty much guaranteeing your success, right? If you do the work. And so today we're going to talk about, once again, if you can write, you can win. Before I go ahead and bring on our featured guest, what I would like to do is just share with you because I want to make sure you understand what's going on. This platform is available for anyone to participate in the United States and Canada. However, there are some states that have decided to not participate and they're excluded. And that's simply because this way of writing is regulated by the government. Okay, this particular way of doing things. So they have decided to not participate. So if you live in these particular areas, you cannot write, unfortunately. That excludes, so the excluded areas are Washington State, Idaho, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, Connecticut, and if you're in Canada, the province of Quebec. Everywhere else in the United States and Canada is fair game. Hey, greetings, Sybil. I see you there on Facebook Live. So, without further ado, I want to make sure I bring on our guest. And I'm excited to bring on Dawn Mays because she's going to be able to tell you her success story. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yes. Hey there,
Hey,
Dawn.
how are you? I'm
I'm
sorry.
great.
I'm trying to share this on my Facebook page,
Okay.
and I'm just not getting that share button that I was looking for.
Okay. So, do you see it yet?
I do not.
Go on my page and let me see. If I make sure, let's go ahead and make sure. I'm going to go ahead and pin it at the top. So it's now the first post you'll see on my page.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. I want to make sure because we got to
Okay,
make sure
there we
that's on
go.
your page. All right.
There we go. Sorry guys, but I really y'all see my kitty cat here.
Yeah. No
um,
worries.
I really want to get this on my page as well because
Yes.
we'll get some people to see it as well.
Absolutely.
Let's see here in my feed, right?
Yes.
No. All right. Awesome. Thank
All
you for
right.
being
Right
patient with me.
on. Yeah, no
Okay.
problem. No, we have to
So,
let your folks know, your friends on your page know what's
yes,
going on.
I don't want them to miss out.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes. So Don, tell
anyway,
me where are you located?
I'm in Virginia.
You're in Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, I was just noticing you're in California. So,
Yeah, yeah, I'm in
yeah, we're in
California.
Virginia. We've just had 10 inches of snow
Oh
yesterday.
wow. Wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's been really beautiful. But one of the things I like about Virginia is that we get that real mix of the seasons.
Yes.
So, today it's just about gone. So, we got to enjoy the beauty for a day or two. Now it's about gone.
All right. I
That's
love
what
when
like.
people talk about the snow though, because that's a great time to stay in and write, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yes. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, do you want me to tell my
Well,
little
yeah.
story
Tell
here?
me about. Here's the thing. Your background. What have you done in your background as far as work? I
My
know that
goodness.
you're doing online marketing and things like that. But tell me how it all
Yeah.
began.
Yeah. I have been in finance really for over 20 years, banking, investments, um, insurance, all that sort of thing for many years. And I really loved what I did.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to work for anybody else,
Right.
And the older I got, the more I wanted out of it. And my whole life, I thought I was going to be self-employed, And I looked for different opportunities my whole life. My family got so sick of hearing me say, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this. And so, they got to the point where they're like, okay, yeah, okay. So, none of the, and I actually have owned a restaurant. My husband and I owned a little country store. So we've had brick and mortar businesses too. But very quickly, I figured out that is not the path to residual and passive incomes,
Right. Right.
You put in a lot of time, and that was not what I was looking for. And so about 10 years ago, I found network marketing, and it was a great ride. I don't really do that much now, but I learned so much.
Right.
You've heard it, I'm sure you've heard it said that it's personal growth with a paycheck, right?
That's right. That's right.
I grew and I learned so much. But once you're in that space, all these opportunities start coming to you, things that you didn't even know were possible.
Right.
Because I have people say to me all the time, well, how did you find out about that? Where did you hear about that? And it's because I'm in the space.
Right.
I'm in a place where people talk about it. Like you, I've done crypto, was a health coach. I've done so many different things and loved lots of them. Crypto and I had a little falling out. Crypto about broke me for a little bit.
Look, I bet everybody had a love-hate relationship with crypto, right?
Absolutely. So, the letter writing gig was one that just popped up. It was just an opportunity that popped up. And when I first saw it, guys, I actually saw it a year ago, January. And a friend of mine who we've been in a number of businesses together and are different opportunities. And she looked at it too. And as soon as I saw how we got paid, I was like, nope, I'm not interested. And she's like, well, I think I'm going to give it a try. Yeah. I was like, go ahead, you do that. And I watched her for 10 months. Wow. I watched her.
So you saw the beginning. Let me interject here. You were skeptical. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, like I said, crypto burned me a little bit.
Right.
And so as soon as I heard anything about coins, I was like, no. And I was like, I'm not interested in that. And I didn't even really look any further for a while. Okay. But
so you made an assumption just based on the word coin.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did. I was just like, nope, I'm busy enough. I got plenty to do. I don't need that. So I watched her though, and she absolutely loved it. I mean, she talked about it all the time. She was like, this is the best thing I've ever done. She said, because like I said, she's done a lot of the things that I did. And she was like, I don't have to share it with anybody. I'm not selling. I'm not recruiting. I don't have to talk to anybody if I don't want to. And she said, I enjoy it. I'm listening to my music while I'm writing, or I'm watching TV while I'm writing. And then I was like, yeah, but how do you get paid? How's that go? And she's like, it's fun. And she said, it's so easy. A fifth grader could do it. And I was like, okay. And I just kept watching.
Yeah.
And finally, about October, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I jumped in, and it was everything she said. Everything she said. I was like, this is great. I can, when I come in at night and I'm kind of settling in, normally I would just, be watching a little television, trying to wind down a little bit. Well, now I make money while I watch TV.
I know, that's right. That's right. Turn your TV time to money time, right?
Yeah, I don't like to do anything that doesn't let me make money,
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm like, okay, I can do this and make money. So I started doing that. And when you first come in and once you see the trainings and the videos and everything that are provided for you, you get really pumped up and you're like, oh, I can make this much money if I do this. I can make this much money if I do that. And so you start doing the math, and you're like, oh, I want to pay off this bill, or, oh, I want to buy a car. Whatever it is you want to do, you can figure out how many letters do I need to write to do that? And we have a lot of people who do that in our group.
Right.
They're like, I'm going to pay the electric bill. How many letters do I need to write to do that?
Right.
I'm going to make a
Right.
car payment. How many letters do I need to write? So you start doing that math and you get really excited. I'm not going to lie. I was very pumped up and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do, and of course, 30 letters a day to me was a lot, but we hear people doing 40, 50, 60 a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some that do even more than that. I don't know how anybody
I
does
don't know
that.
how they do it either. Look, I can get through my 30 by doing 15 in the morning, 15 in the afternoon or evening. I split it up. So that really doesn't end up being a lot, especially because now we've been doing it for quite, like I told you, 60 days. So my speed has I've gotten faster, right?
Yes.
And so I'm able to split it up. But when I start hearing some of these other numbers, I was like, and we can say numbers on here because I've already read the income disclaimer that it's, it's just gonna be based on your efforts. My husband saw where someone, I think it was last month, made $16,000. I'm like, and I start calculating letters. I'm going, oh my God, that's at least 100 a day. How are they doing that? But
I just can't. I can't see doing that. I really can't. But
it's up to you. That's what's the greatest about it, right?
It is. If you've got the time, think about somebody who's homebound.
Right.
Somebody who can't get out and do anything else. Not only do you get to write and make the money, but you get a community.
You get a community.
You don't know these people. You don't meet them in person unless you go to convention or something.
Right.
But you get a community of people. And so for somebody who's homebound, it's so much more than the money.
Yes.
It gives them a community, gives them people to interact with, because a lot of homebound people don't have that. So, think about somebody like that, or a stay-at-home mom, a single mom that's, has to stay home because she can't do daycare. It doesn't make sense. You know how it doesn't make sense to do daycare because all your money that you make in your job goes to daycare, right? So I started writing, and very enthusiastically at first. And then I was like, okay, I wound down a little bit. And so I was telling Ronette that, originally I was going to do 30 a day. Well, I am busy. I do have other businesses and other things that I do. And so I told her, I said, I'm really lucky to get out 60 to 90 a week now. But I just converted $1,600.
Wow.
I just,
from writing letters.
From writing letters.
Wow.
And I'm like, and it really is fun.
Yeah.
Once you start, doing the conversions and everything, it's really fun.
Yeah.
So I just found that it doesn't matter how many you write. I was telling Ronette also, I have a friend, that I'm like, look, if you just wrote 10 a day,
right,
it's $1,000 a month,
right?
Would $1,000 a month help you? I don't know anybody that it wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's good money when you consider all the other things. I mean, I don't know. Most people would rather be home, I'm sure, than out there paving the pavement a lot of the times, looking for extra something to do to have more cash flow coming in. And just to be in the comfort of your home and be able to do that, that's 12 grand a year, 1,000 a month,
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
So I know, and a lot of people who are like on disability can only make a certain amount. But again, you're not having to take another job and say, hey, I can only work this many hours, and then worry about that all the time. You can figure out how much you can write, you determine how much you make. So it really has just been so different than anything I've done in the past.
Yeah.
I don't promote it a lot. I'll share on my page what I'm doing. But I'm not recruiting. I don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to do it. Nobody's dependent on you. You're not building a team. Your paycheck is not based on how many people you bring in.
Right. What rank you hit, right?
Right. We've been in those positions. And
it's
team building has just never been my thing, truly. I had success in sales with MLMs and stuff, but I just never really enjoyed the team building aspect. I love to use something and use it and love it and share it. and then
Right.
if somebody wants to buy it, they buy it.
Right.
And so it's kind of the same way with the letter writing. I'm
Right.
loving it, and I know what it could do for so many people that
Yes.
don't know that there's such a thing, that there's
There's such
any,
a thing.
that it's available.
And
And
not only that, that has been around for decades.
right?
That's what
I mean,
really shocked me. I'm
yeah,
like,
me too.
wait a minute. This platform just shows you how to do it properly. But you mean to tell me this letter writing thing has been around for decades? Wow. It just goes to show you. Because sometimes I've gotten where people say, well, like you said, this is someone had posted and said something like I'm getting interested, but it's screaming scam, right? And
Yes.
I can really say, okay, I didn't take offense to it because I said, you know what? When you think about it, it really does sound far fetched, right? That you can write in from home and make all these thousands of dollars. But this has been around for decades, and there's a reason, there's a rhyme and reason of why it happens and
Yes.
how you get paid and the reason why and how we do it. However, I can see why that could be the case. But what I love about that particular person is that they decided to, you know, seek further and have a conversation about it because you can't really overlook it by making up your mind. I like even how yourself, you said, well, I thought it was this, but after so long, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot because it's at the end of the day,
Yeah.
taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be missing out on a lot just by not by doing and doing your due diligence and asking more questions.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a huge thing is that, as I said, being in the right space
Mhm.
has allowed me so many opportunities.
Yeah.
And sometimes I jump with both feet quickly and go, whoa, that might not have been so smart.
I've been there, done that.
Right. And sometimes I hesitate and I wish, gosh, I wish I'd have started sooner.
Right.
And that's the way I feel about this is I wish
Yeah.
I had started sooner.
Yeah.
But, you know, what's important to know too is there are a lot of people doing this. I think we have 17 or 18,000 people in our Facebook group in
Yeah,
the
in the
UK.
Facebook group, but I
Yeah.
think now they said something like 27,000 people total.
Oh,
Something like,
wow.
yeah, that's just in the Facebook. But I like what you said. My husband and I, we really like team building. And the
I
fact that
do.
you don't really like team building, but that's perfect. You know
Yeah.
why? Because this platform gives you the ability to land, have a soft landing wherever you want to land.
Yeah.
You don't want a
Absolutely.
team build. And here's the other thing I like is when you go out, I absolutely actually love this part, is when this is the one opportunity when someone really shares, they're sharing because they want you to have the same experience, not because your income depends on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
That's huge.
yeah.
Because, and that's what I tell people too. Sometimes, when they're asking me a lot of questions, or if I just happen to follow up and go, did you get a chance to look at it? I am not pushing you to buy. The money I get paid does not make or break me.
Right,
I
right, right,
I'm doing this because I think it's something that could really change your life.
right,
And we say that all the time. You hear that all the time, life changing, change your life. But it truly could.
right.
There's a statistic out there somewhere that says most people are $500 a month from bankruptcy,
That's right. That's right.
right?
That's right.
So if you could make an extra $500 or $1,000 in the comfort of your home, just writing a few letters,
Right.
that can be life changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're struggling, if you're working paycheck to paycheck, or you're not making ends meet, this is a way that you can do that. And we were also talking about the fact that there is a waiting period. This
Yes.
business requires a tremendous amount of patience.
Right.
And I tell everybody that. And if you get into our Facebook group, everybody that's writing in going, I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything. And they've only been writing a couple of weeks or maybe even 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And we've
Yeah.
all told them it's
Yep.
going to take a while. But when you're writing diligently every day,
Right.
those 4, 5, 6 weeks feel like forever. But
Yes.
if you go into the group and you say, gosh, I've been waiting too long, every single person is going to say, just be patient. It's
Right.
coming
I like the
because
way a girlfriend of mine, she's like, you're filling the pipeline. She's like, like
yes,
anyone's seen a well and you're priming the pump. She said, but like with the
yes,
well, don't stop priming, keep writing, because if you
right.
stop, it's gonna go back down again. You gotta start all over again. Keep
Yes,
doing it. And once that
yes,
faucet comes on, you're just gonna get drops, 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 drops.
yes. I love that priming the pump. That's so
Yeah.
true. It's so true. And so, it just is really crucial that you be patient.
Hmm.
Um, but it will come. And
Right.
once it starts coming, then it's more consistent.
Yes.
Um, and like you said, you got to keep doing it. So if you
Hmm.
back off, there's going to be
Right.
gaps.
Right.
But the really
Right.
cool thing is, if some point along the way you decide, I don't want to do this anymore,
Hmm.
you're going to get paid several weeks
Right.
even after you quit.
Right.
Because I think people think that money will just be lost, but it's
Right.
not. It's built up in your pipeline, and so when you stop, you will continue to get paid until everything has been paid out.
Right.
So
Right.
you just have to be patient and decide what you want to do, and you can do your goals are whatever you want them to be.
Yeah.
Can be
Yeah.
as big or as small as you want them to be. And
Absolutely.
I've just found it to be fun. And
Yeah.
for me, it's what I call gravy money. It's
Yes.
like I don't count on it to pay bills or anything. So when it
Hmm.
comes in, it's like, hey, there's money. There's
Right.
extra money
Right.
coming in.
That's nice.
So yes, it's very nice to have that. That what am I trying to say? That I don't know.
What has been your biggest month so far?
Well, remember I didn't start until October.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't start getting paid till December.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I converted 1,600 in one
Nice.
week,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
that was exciting. And of course now it's just coming in,
Yeah.
300, 400, at a
Nice.
time. And
But it's
it's
all adding up, right? I mean,
yes,
it's
yes,
adding up, and that's what's
yes,
really, really nice about it. So,
yes. So
and
I'm over several thousand now, and
yeah.
so yeah, it's totally
But
been
here's the
worth it.
thing, and I want you to, answer this one is like, because you've been in the industry
Hmm.
of, although this is not multi-level marketing, they consider more of a direct sell.
Yes.
Um, with that being the case, you know what it takes, right? For a person to make what I like to call a comma check. And not just make it
Yes.
once, but consistently.
Yes.
So for you to be able to just write and make that, I was like, wow, do you know what it takes for a person to have to do that and the work that goes in for people to make that kind of money
Yeah.
in that industry?
Yes. Particularly multi-level marketing.
Yes.
I mean, there are people who work and build teams and do it for years
Yeah, that's right.
and never get a
That's
comma
right.
check,
That's
you
right.
know? And that's really a little discouraging. I mean,
Yeah,
there are some that do really, really well,
absolutely.
but there are a lot of people who never get that comma check.
Hmm.
And we can do that. We
Oh,
can
it's
do
true.
that,
It's
you
true.
know.
I know of someone right now, and she has been in network marketing before me. I mean, all kinds of companies, but she's also been in my husband's, like my and myself, our community. And she's a senior, and she is dead. I mean, she's like one of those, fun, what they call blue personalities. I mean, she just likes coming to the parties, the fun and all that. But of course, she wants to make some money. But because of that industry, and not we're ambassadors of the industry, so it's not to put a gray cloud over it, but it is what it
No.
is, right?
Yes,
You're
yes.
right. The masses of people I'm talking about, because it does take a certain skill set, and not even just skill, you have to even believe in yourself, right? So it
Yes.
takes those things for you to be able to transfer that over to someone so that they can feel confident enough to join you in your enterprise. Well, she
Yes.
hasn't really been successful at doing that, but do you know she's doing here by writing letters about $1,000 a week?
I was just going to say,
Oh,
you can do
God,
private
I'm
checks a week. Yes. That's
That's
amazing. That's
insane.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, like you said, I don't also do not want to put a great cloud on multi-level marketing, because I would not be where I am today without it.
right, right.
I was able to walk away from my corporate job in 2019 because of multi-level marketing.
Yes, yes,
So, it's an amazing opportunity, but I'm all about online earning, alternative. It doesn't even
right,
have to be online, but the more you're in the space, the more opportunities
right.
come up. And the multi-level marketing does help you get that confidence. You get all that personal growth. And like you said, some people never get to the point where people feel comfortable because they're not comfortable themselves.
Right.
But here you can just show people, I'm writing letters and I'm making money, and I don't have, and that's the thing people love to hear. They're like, I don't have to recruit anybody. That's what
Right.
I hear all the time. I don't have to
Yeah.
recruit anybody. And no, you don't. But you can make extra money. You and your husband have done well sharing this with people.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I personally just, I'll put out there when sometimes I'll be writing in the park,
Yeah.
or when I'm going to the post office and dropping something off, I'll share. Let me tell you, one of my biggest posts, I was sitting in the hair salon and I was getting my hair done and I was writing.
Wow. Making money, getting your hair done. I love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I have this like a clipboard, but it's like a little briefcase. It's
Uh-huh.
small, like a
Uh-huh.
clipboard, but it's got a little briefcase. I throw my envelopes, my cards, my pens, my whiteout, everything in that little thing, and I carry it everywhere I go. And
Yes.
so, got a few minutes. Hey, let's make a little money.
Right. Right.
Listen,
That is
my
so
my
funny.
hairdresser, she knows I absolutely hate coming, because I'm like, there's always something better I could be doing than sitting in
Right.
this chair.
Of
But
course.
I got to cover the gray. Got to cover the gray, so I got to go. But I'm like, now I can make money while I'm doing it.
Yes. And that must be a thing because someone on the team, her granddaughter was getting her hair braided. And while she was there waiting for her, she was writing. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
she wrote 40. I'm like, girl, that's $200 while you're waiting.
right. Exactly. And
Yeah.
you were talking about seniors. I don't know if you know, but we have two people in our group that are 90 and 92
Oh,
that
wow.
are writing.
I think I saw them.
Yeah.
This is the cutest thing going. Yeah.
90 and 92, and they are machines. They are just pumping them out, you
Wow.
know. So there's no, you're not too young, you're not too old. If you can do it, if you can sit down and write, you can make money.
Wow.
Good money. Can we
Wow.
say
Amazing.
how much per letter? Can we say
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So $5 per letter, y'all.
$5.
This is what I put in my post all the time. Do the math.
Right. Right.
Do the math. I have a post where I have done the math for you for just the basic things. But like I said, people will say, I need to make my car payment. So how many letters do I have to write to do that? And you figure that out and you do it. You
I saw a
know?
post where a lady did that too. She posted if you do 4 letters a day. I mean, literally, that's less than 30 minutes, like about 20 minutes. You do 4 letters a day. That was $600. That means $600 car note can be done with four
Yes.
letters a day. Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, it is.
See? Guys,
It,
it's out there for the taking.
yes, absolutely. So let me ask you, what would you tell someone who is on the fence and feeling like maybe how you felt in the beginning?
Don't be me. Don't be like me. That's what I tell everybody. Don't be like me. Listen, uh, it's hard because people have to come to this at their own pace.
Yes,
They
indeed.
have to come to it on their own. I
Mhm.
do have someone who started talking to me in November. She just signed up. People, it's so funny. There are people that you don't even know are watching you, and all of a sudden they pop up and they're like, all right, I've been watching. I want to do this.
Mhm.
So you just never know who you're affecting when you're posting. And just talking about it. But if
Yeah.
somebody's on the fence, I do try to say the longer you wait, because what I found is that the people that started early last year
Right.
did not wait as long. They probably waited 6, 7 weeks to get their first payments.
Right.
By the time I started doing it, it was about 12 to 13 weeks.
Right. Right.
I heard someone recently say about 16 weeks. So that's what I tell people. It's like,
Yeah.
look, the longer you wait, the longer you're going to wait to get paid. You're going to get
Right.
paid,
Right.
but the longer you're going to wait. So
Right.
if you are thinking, I want to pay for summer vacations, you better get started now,
Right.
right
Right.
now.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know, if you have plans for summer and you want to pay for something for this summer, don't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. And you know what I love about it is because you touched on the fact, like if a person's struggling, if it, what I found is true, it's for everybody. If you're struggling, it's for you. If my sister, she makes really good money. She's an RN, and but she's like, wait a minute, are you telling me instead of she literally calculated because she works 3 12s, right? So
I was
12 hours.
going to say that's pretty common, 312s. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But, she's like, wait a minute. And she'll work an extra day, sometimes overtime. It's like, wait a minute,
Mhm.
you telling me instead of going into that overtime, I can write in the comforts of my home? And she calculated, she's getting her house remodeled. She calculated exactly what it was going to take, and she's doing it. And I'm
Yeah.
going, wow. And her whole thing was, if I can use that and not use what I was going to use, which is my income, oh boy.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah. So it's all different reasons. I've had people to, get excited because they're like, I can take this money. I've had traders, some friends who are traders, like, wait a minute. So I can increase my trading dollars by taking this and then reinvesting it and trading that money.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna sit down and watch TV anyway. Like you
Yeah,
said, how about
girl.
turn it into money time, and
Now
watch
I'm thinking,
TV?
I need to do that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they're doing, taking that money.
Yeah,
That's their motivation, right?
yes, because they're
Uh-huh.
like, that's money I didn't have to put out,
Right.
but I'm going to put it in and I'm going to build that residual income, build
That's
that
right.
passive income,
That's
you
right.
know? And that, I don't know about you, but that's my ultimate goal,
Yeah,
residual and passive.
that's it, right?
Yeah.
Making money in your sleep.
Yes. Making your money work for you.
That's it.
And, and that's what your trader friends are doing. They're like,
Yes.
I'm going to do that. And
Yes.
then, like you said, you don't have to be struggling. If you have got an opportunity, I mean, if there's something that you want and
Right.
you're like, shoot, I don't have to use my own
That part.
income. I don't have to use the money that's coming in. I don't have to figure out how to make that work. I just put in some
Right.
time. And your sister could say, I work 3 12s, but that leaves me 4 days that I'm not working. So
Yes.
there's
Exactly.
I can choose one of those days and just write enough, work out the math and how many I need to do.
Exactly.
Or somebody who is working a lot of overtime can maybe say, I don't have to do overtime anymore. I could
Exactly
do
right.
my 40 hours. I don't have to do overtime. I've got a better way. I can
There's
sit
someone
home.
on our team that is doing this so her husband can quit his part-time job. I'm like, wow, that
Oh,
just moves me, right? I was like, wow,
yes.
that's
Yeah.
what this is about. Or like you said, like for yourself, you say it's gravy money. Exactly. Whatever the motivation, we got something big here.
Yeah,
We got
absolutely.
something big
I'm,
here.
I'm really glad. I appreciate you inviting me to do this because
Yes.
it is great to be able to get it out to the masses, to make people understand how it's an opportunity that if you're not in the space like we are, we
Yeah.
want you to know that this is an opportunity that's available to anybody.
Yes.
Anybody can do
Yes.
this. You don't have
Absolutely.
to be in our space, but if you know about it, you can do it.
Right. And that it's a
Yeah.
legit way to really bring in some cash flow into your home.
And the
Yeah,
other thing is, we are we have really good
mhm.
training. We're not. You don't get
That's
thrown
right.
to the wolves. You learn how to do it. It's important to know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
So you're not just thrown to the
No,
wolves. So
we have an
yeah,
awesome community and awesome founders. They have really created something for the masses to win.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. So I'm so
Yes.
excited. I appreciate you coming on today and just sharing your story. I know so many people are going to be blessed just by hearing, because, even some of the things you said, and just so openly, like, well, I said, nope, don't, people need to hear that because some people are feeling that way. And they need to know that, not
Yeah.
everyone was right on. Yes, yes, let's go right away. Some people had these same reservations, but now are writing and winning. So, definitely, Don. I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll ask you back because I
Absolutely.
know this is at the beginning, but I know things are going to be rocking and rolling for you continually. So,
Yeah. I'd be happy to come back
well, thank
anytime,
you so much.
anytime.
I appreciate you. And if you are on Don's page, because she has shared this information, you are seeing this information on her page, she's sharing it out of love, as you heard from her. It's only because she wants you to know it does not affect the income any kind of way. And so please contact her and find out what's going on.
Thank
All
you.
right. You are
Thank you,
so
Ronette.
welcome. And I look forward to seeing you and talking to you soon. All right.
Okay.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.
All right, ladies and gents, you got a chance to hear an amazing story from Don Mays. And also, like I said, and I repeat, if you're seeing this on her page, make sure you get back to her. If you're on my personal page and you're watching, definitely I can get you started. My husband can get you started. And whoever else is sharing this, because here's what I want you to know, someone is sharing this, even that's a part of our community. Get back to that person, okay? Get back to that person that's sharing it on their page, who's ever you're seeing it from, because they really are sharing it out of the counties of their hearts. Here's what I want you to know. At 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern, if you really want to know how this works, I'm going to be doing a full presentation. This was just our Testimony Thursday to give you another testimony of someone who's making it happen and someone who's writing and winning. So I encourage you to tune back into my Facebook page because I'm going to be doing a full presentation on how this actually works. All right. So I am excited, and I hope you are too. And I look forward to seeing you next week. We have another guest coming on Testimony Thursday on episode 5. If you can write, you can win. I'm your host, Ronette Turner Corley, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay, bye for now.